My next one, I'm going to take this one away that I have written down, and I'm going to do another one that just came to mind because now that I think about it, I can't not include them. So I'm going off the script a little bit. Again, mid 2000s. Everybody's experimenting. We're trying something new. Shawn Michaels doesn't know what he's doing around this time. Triple H is kind of out of the world title picture. So we're going to do something a little funnier here. And I'm going to go with DX and the McMahons.
And
the McMahons / Spirit Squad / Big Show / whatever. But we could just say the McMahons because we know what
the McMahons. Yeah,
we could just say Vince and Shane. So everything they were doing at that time was entertaining. There was nothing they did that wasn't funny.
No, they were hilarious. They were absolutely hilarious.
When you think of everything and that, like, what was the time? Like 2006 to 2008.
It was every single week too.
It was every single week. It was pulling the back wheels off.
I think it was 2007 and then 2008 because I remember. I'm a nerd. I remember it because 2007 they used to release the games a year ahead. Mm-hmm. So they released SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the one where they had all the special tag team features. And they only had that because DX had just gotten back together and that was the best that they had.
Yeah.
So they made like tag teams be a special thing in the game because DX was back together and that was the hottest thing at the time.
Yeah.
Spot on.
So I'm gonna go that's my pick right there. DX and the McMahons.
Moving in the same vein of DX, a famous classical NXT tag team rivalry from the Triple H era. DIY, often confused as DX, versus FTR.
Yeah.
Which was special at the time because Triple H was shocking the world about. It wasn't every month because they didn't have him every month, but around every Big Four, he would have the takeovers,
mm-hmm.
and they gained a reputation of never missing. Every single takeover was great.
Yeah,
you didn't want to miss one because it was the best show of that weekend, if not that month, every time. And Triple H knew how to build perfectly. He knew how to elevate everyone on the roster, and he was signing some of the best indie talent all over the world. And DIY had kind of came out of nowhere as far as the rocket ship that strapped them to go this far. And FTR was already so unstoppable.
Yeah.
They just had a thing about them. They didn't seem like they had a kryptonite. They still don't. Credit to them. But it was their character to just be perfect in a way. They were like traditionally, they were a classic tag team. They were like if Gunther was a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't miss. They weren't flashy, they went out there and they just knew how to do perfect tag team wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I think they reminded me of like the Andersons in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they were at the top. DIY was still heavily underdogs, but they were putting on probably some of just the best shows ever. And it was just anticipated.
Yeah.
Takeovers had gained a reputation of their own. DIY had garnered so much hype. And FTR, it was a moment where you felt like it was time for DIY, but we still didn't see any cracks in FTR.
Yeah.
So we had no idea who was going to win because you just couldn't tell.
Yeah,
You just had to see it.
It deferred every single time.
Yeah, you could easily see it going either way. All you knew was they were going to get in there and go.
Yeah, and you knew it was going to be entertaining.
Something incredible.
People have been asking me to be the best in the world. Why, Eddie? Why?